Trinitech Cast. This is episode 144. This might be episode 155 or 145. I'm not too sure, but we have some other episodes that's supposed to be coming up soon to deal with a conference that's coming up called Canto Connect. You'll probably see an ad for that inside this podcast. But episode 144. This is officially our first episode. No, this is our second episode for the year, but the first episode that we actually recording in 2026 because we had a wonderful vacation, didn't we? Okay, sorry. I had a teacher's vacation. You had leave from work. I don't know how.
That I ended up actually working through for like 2 or 3 weeks.
Oh no, you for real? Like, so you're going to get back?
I'm taking it back.
Oh, you're going, well, I mean, you're going to take it back. That's crazy. What happened that you had to work, that you had to audify, if you could go into it?
It had so I think I mentioned we migrating from, one payment gateway to the next time, doing some work on it.
For like a year now?
Yeah, that because the bank and the payment processor was doing it in phases. Cause like our work, we don't just accept one currency. We accept like Barbados dollars, Jamaica, Belize, all the currencies in the Caribbean. So you have to do it in phases. Like this month is one currency and this month is the next one. But then
Right.
It so happened that the old payment processor was going to just stop accepting payments from everybody at the end of the year. So you needed to rush and do all the currencies in like a week or two.
Oh, wow.
And I was on leave, so I had to...
That's just wonderful project management, eh? When you do everything the way that it's supposed to go, and then an external tell you, we're going to stop doing that. Like, be like, so what about my timeline? You'll be like, well... Yeah, we're gonna stop. That's you right there. You are no recourse. But all right, that's good to know. It's good to know. Well, I mean, you work through it and you'll get your days back and you'll probably
I'll insist on getting my days back.
You'll go AWOL for our next few weeks.
I mean, I'll attend 1 or 2 meetings just to know what's going on, but
Yeah. And other than that, vacation was good. Your daughter gave what she wanted for Christmas. You take a few. Okay, you didn't take the videos. Your wife probably took the videos.
Yeah, we didn't like this is one of the first times we didn't travel for Christmas in probably 3 years.
Yeah.
So Christmas was like just visiting family and stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah, at Christmas like a pleb. They didn't have to go to the airport for anything. But anyhow, the airport is not exactly the nicest place to be right now. But so my vacation, I really enjoyed a lot of good like planning, executing, thinking, plenty rest, getting things done. It was kind of like an efficient vacation. And one of the things I kind of had a lot of fun doing was vibe coding a Monopoly Banker app, a web app. So that's basically make Monopoly go a little easier when we go online and play Monopoly. And I'll explain all of that in segment 3 when we talk about vibe coding, because I convinced that I have the tools now to build some very difficult projects that I was concerned about. And even though I knew about vibe coding, I still didn't feel as confident about it because I felt like the AI would fight me on certain things and I really wasn't up for that fight. But now I realize you could finesse it and you could fight through a lot of problems. You still need to have technical knowledge about what you want in order to speak properly, but we'll talk about it when we get to it. So Michaela and I here tonight. My name is Andre Charles. This is Akeem there. We are part of the Trinitech Cast. Michaela is the third one, but Michaela, she is the what age group she falls into?
Gen Z, yeah.
Gen Z?
Gen Z. I think
she's the resident Gen Z, so she still have a life to live. While us two on a Sunday night, we like go out. You mean like out the house?
No.
For what? Yeah. So yeah, as usual, if you're new to the podcast and we had an audio issue for about 2 episodes ago. We had an audio issue, so I have to apologize for that for those of you all who experienced the audio issue. We did have some technical difficulties with our recording at that point in time, and quality assurance missed it. So thanks to the person who left a comment about it, and we do appreciate your understanding and patience. We've put everything in place to rectify that issue. So 2026, we'll be moving forward, hopefully with no audio issues. But I listened to some big podcasts in my time and I heard audio issues from them too. So I was like, all right, it's not. Everybody could slip up ever so often. All right, what are we talking about today? We are talking about finally online immigration form. But wait. ... But wait. Google Pay feedback in TNT. I put my card in Google Pay and went around the malls and all the different places, anywhere that I could pay with a card, and I use my phone every single time. So I'll give you some real-time insight into that. And the rise of vibe coding. We'll spend some time talking about that. So let's go into our first story. Well, you probably made it this far in the podcast. That means you probably like technology a lot and like to at least hear us talk about technology. And that also means you may know somebody or somebody who knows somebody or somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody who wants a website built or an app built or some sort of technology integrated in their business. If you want to help them out, you could send them to Make It Simple TT, send them to us, and we have business services that range from building websites to building apps to invoicing systems to ensuring that technology is used in your company, to installation of routers, buying things online. So you could check us out, 308-8799. You could check our services out, or you could go to makeitsimplett.com and see some of the things that we've done and maybe give a recommendation to our website built or something like that. So this happened the 21st of December, I think, was when the article was posted on Newsday, I think. So
yeah, somewhere around there.
Somewhere around there, right? So the 21st of December. So here's the article. After many years of asking by passengers, an online immigration and customs form is open for testing. Trinidad and Tobago's online arrival/departure platform went live temporarily on December 21st. The website said all passengers are required to complete the online immigration and customs form, which will be available 72 hours prior to their arrival or departure. It said travelers should fill out the form at a time and place convenient for them. Once the form is completed, they should save the immigration and customs receipt to their mobile device or print it and present it to immigration customs upon arrival or departure. The site is using the online arrival departure form, which will enhance the travel experience by providing travelers with an easy and convenient option that will improve the ease with which they transit through the airport. The technical part is to carry out the process, passengers will need to provide flight information, passports of passengers, a copy of their passport's biodata page as a PNG or JPEG file, and a valid email address. And so then they adjust the article and said, they update it, and it includes questions about residential status and all kind of stuff. But what happened when I clicked on the link? Dun dun dun. That's it gone. That's exactly what happened when you click on the link. Yeah, when you click on the link, it says this. For those of you all who are listening and not watching the video version, it says launching soon by the government of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. And that is it. Nothing else on the page. Not one word. If you inspect the page, it's just that and a bunch of scripts. Yeah.
So
if your view page source is 11 lines of HTML code saying coming soon, y'all. This is the HTML code coming soon.
well, like the initial article say it was live and it wasn't that.
The initial article, it was a little T-Fed because the initial article said it's currently live temporarily, went live temporarily on December 21st.
No, but I mean, like, so if you scroll up, you'll see that in brackets they put updated, right? Which means they're probably up. I think the
update from further down.
Further down. Okay.
Let me see what's the updated part. So I'll tell you. The updated part is saying the story has been adjusted to include additional details. The original post below. After many years of asking passengers, and online immigration and customs forms are available for people traveling in and out.
Yeah, to see
the form is now live. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
they initially tell me, it's live.
Yeah, this is the original one before. The platform is now live. You are correct. And then they updated it to say that it's now open for testing. The customs form is open for testing. It went live temporarily on December 21st. So we got set up. I didn't click on it immediately to see what it looked like. Did you?
When I saw the article, I clicked on it and I don't even know you know anybody that actually caught it live.
No, the only people I know in life that would have caught it live would be like you and Makela and I don't know, probably a few other techie people that I know.
Yeah, I think I looked at it the same day that article came out. So it's either the article came out after it was live.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know who had the link to actually know, because the China favorite as people was live for testing for who to test. Their developers.
What I want to know is like who told the Newsday that it was live and why Newsday thought it was okay to put it live, and then when we go to the website we are seeing this. That somebody on somewhere fumbled the bag. Either it's the technical people from the government or the writer of the article, because it didn't make sense to me. And I might clip this.
I have some forensic evidence here, right? So on the 21st of December at 2:39 p.m. Newsday posted this on the Facebook page, right? That it's live.
Mm-hmm.
And same day, 21st of December at 3:05 p.m., which is like almost, let's say, half an hour after. It wasn't live. Because somebody reposted saying the website isn't live. So it was live so as I say, it's either it was live before Newsday posted the article, or I don't know.
I don't know, but I want to see it badly because I want it to work. I want it to work.
I read in the comments here. Somebody said the site was live yesterday, then they took it down. I did a few tests on the form and it seems functional. So it was live the day before, according to this person comment.
All right. So that means it does exist. Somebody confirmed on Facebook that they use it, unless it's a bot. But
no, it's not a bot. But how do they know it was live? Anyway.
They could know because people has talked.
Somebody say it's because they specifically say they tested. So somebody probably tell them.
Yeah, I think I want to see it really, really badly. I love the fact that it's 72 hours before. So because I think when I traveled somewhere it was 48 hours, or 24 hours. No, it's 48 hours. I can't remember what it was. But you had to basically fill it out the day before or try to fill it out on the plane before you reach the line or whatnot. But 72 hours, that's a good number. That's a good number. 3 days before you say, okay, I'm traveling, I'm reaching there, let me fill out this form. We will have some problems because apparently you have to get as an email, right? Now, I'm not saying that we are email illiterate or don't have the capacity for email, but I have bounced up a few people that travel analog, meaning they will get like their confirmation, get emailed to them or some kind of thing like that, and they have to go by somebody and say, or they tell somebody, hey, print this for me, please, or some kind of thing like that, because they don't believe that opening up an email and showing it on your phone is acceptable. or usable or doable actually. And our traveling public, though somebody in the party might have an email address, I'm not too sure if the email saying you have filled out your immigration form is going to work out. And the amount of people are going to reach up to the immigration officer and fumble to take out their phone to find the email. They don't have data, they don't have airport Wi-Fi, all them kind of things. I think that might be the only hiccup, if there is a hiccup at all. But other than that, big positive gain. Like, I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, positive gain if we could actually go live sometime soon.
All right.
Because as it is,
yeah,
we kind of in the same spot we was a year ago. Still don't have a form. Everybody traveling between now and Christmas and now had to fill out the form. So if I was a passenger coming back, I'd be complaining because it's like all your laundry thing must have to fill out this form.
All they set me up. Yeah. Now, from a technical perspective, then it's going to be stored in a database. The database is going to be holding JPEG images. The images will probably be like, you had to have it less than, 1 megabyte? 5 megabytes?
5 probably.
5 most likely might be a good now. Because when you take a picture with your phone, it does be about 5 megabytes. On most phones now. Unless it have some sort of scaling thing where you upload the picture and it automatically compress it for you. Oh wow. Oh my goodness.
I say that not to knock anything here. Yeah. Why I say that happening, because Facebook will do it, or like the US government will do it, they just specifically tell you it need to be this resolution or this size. So I don't think we're gonna do it.
Okay. All right. Okay. That's fair. I get you. So if your phone take the picture and you try to upload it, okay, well then they're allowed to set it to like 5 or 10 megabytes, something like that. Because some phones gonna take some really high-end pictures and try to send it. Yeah. Because I think I had that problem when I had to create a Google form for somebody or some kind of thing like that. And the people couldn't upload their picture because I was like, well, set the picture size to 5 megabytes and people couldn't upload their picture. I don't know what kind of camera they was taking the picture with, but that would happen. So that's what we know. We just don't know when it will be live. And we're still on the technical thing. From the technical side, I'll have a database. The database will be searchable. So that means those customs officers are going to have like computers now.
Yeah, they have computers already. Like when they go to immigration, yeah, I think so.
No, not the counter where you have to get on your passport, immigration. After you collect your bags and you have to walk out, they have computers, yeah?
Oh, by customs? No.
Yeah. Because that is where you have to declare if you have alcohol, if you have this, if you have a certain amount of money.
That's how to show them your phone. All they does really check is to see if you declare anything. So, yeah, to show them where you declare.
Well, technically, they have the right to do a spot check on you if they want to. If you say that you didn't declare anything, they could just randomly pull you to the side and be like, okay, now just check your bag and make sure that you don't have anything, right? And if you did declare something, they will double check to make sure that what you declared is what you have. But everybody else just say they have nothing.
Yeah.
You ever meet anybody that actually declared that they had, I don't know, a fruit from another country?
I don't know of anyone that ever declared anything. I'm sure it have people that did.
If you have a fruit from another country or some kind of thing that could have like, it could be an invasive species or anything like that, you have to declare it. No. Yeah, I never meet anybody that has openly declared something because all you want to do is get out of the airport at that point in time.
Yeah.
As soon as you get your bags, you fill out that form, say you have nothing to declare and then move on with your life. So if they have a computer, I think when I went to Barbados, we just had to fill out all the information. And then when you scan your passport into the kiosk saw your immigration form thing come up one time already. And you just had to go and tell them the number at the counter. And they was like, okay, cool, anything to declare? No, we got your form already. And then you kind of move on.
Yeah. So maybe they would have some hardware.
Yeah, they must have some. They must have some sort of hardware to check the flights and the people that come in and whatnot. Mm-hmm. And then, will there be no? There will be no signing of anything. You'll get a slip or something. You'd have to get some sort of slip to show that you made it out of customs. You came into the country and customs allowed you to come through. It had to have some sort of receipt.
I'm not familiar with countries that have this online form, but like with the US, or if you go, I can't remember some other countries I went to. Yeah, it's just once they do it, they just go through.
Once you just go through. Okay.
Yeah, and when you're walking out, if customs stop you with your identity, if they, I don't know, flag it, then they might.
All right. Well, we're gonna wait to see what it looks like and hope for the best. I guess we'll just have to wait for another article to get posted because it get tested for a day basically.
I hope by the time I'm ready to travel, I don't have to fill out no form. So there's also the little departure form. It's how to fill out that again, yeah?
I hope. Well, yeah. Yeah, most likely, yeah, because all that's customs also, and
yeah, because that it wouldn't be too progressive if you still had to fill out that small departure form.
Yeah, I agree with you. How to be? It can't be that you had to fill out. So
yeah,
because that's just to say where you're going to and what you're planning to do, and
no, that's just your name, passport number, and where your final port or destination or something.
Right, and then what? It doesn't say like for vacation?
No, that's just the small.
Right, yeah. Yeah, that's kind of useless. I don't, what are for anyhow?
Yeah, the passport form to see where you go, who leaving the country.
Yeah, but who?
Customs. Well, not customs, immigration.
Probably. Okay, well.
And the other side when you're coming back is the arrival.
Yeah. Okay. Well, long story short, it's not working all year. So when it does work, we'll get back. We'll get back to you. But we have hope. Let's go to our next story, which is talking about Google Pay and my journeys using my phone to pay for things. Haha. Right now you're listening to Train TechCast, and more than likely you know that I love technology a lot. But more so, I love teaching technology. I'm a CSEC IT and Cape Computer Science and IT teacher, and I have classes that are available. So if you know any student that's looking for quality Cape Computer Science or CSEC IT classes, you can check us out at 308-8799 on WhatsApp or makeitsimplett.com/register. You can get classes, notes, recordings, IA, SBA help, everything that you could think of. That will get you that one in CSEC IT. So you can check us out. All right, this one dropped early in December, but we didn't talk about it at the point in time because, well, we didn't have any podcasts in December. We didn't have any officially recorded podcasts. But this here changed my life. First Citizens rolls out Google Pay. First Citizens yesterday announced that it has rolled out Google Pay in TNT, making it the first time on mobile payment services available locally. The bank said the move is part of a wider push to expand digital banking options for customers. It allows customers to load their First Citizens credit card or prepaid cards into a digital wallet and tap and pay in stores, on apps, or online. And yeah, so everything with tap to pay, the security features and all of those different things, it applies to this. So before I start to talk about it, just to explain the technology to anybody that doesn't understand, with your normal credit card, with your chip card, every time your chip makes a transaction, it has to create an individual code, right? And that code is only valid for that one time that chip is used. So you can't, if somebody were to copy the chip at that point in time, it would only have on it some encrypted code for the past transaction. So every time you make a new transaction, the chip holds like a code for the previous transaction. So if somebody steals your chip card, they could still use it to tap for small amounts until you do it like 3 times in a row, and then or 4 times in a row. and then you will have to put in the PIN, right? That is the security of a chip card. Now, it's not foolproof because once you steal a chip card, you could tap a few times. Well, with Google Pay and Apple Pay, what they do is none of your card information is actually shared or given. You load the card in, and then Google now comes like a middleman, or Apple will come like a middleman, and they would create some sort of encrypted handshake that will take place, and that encrypted handshake must have your biometrics or your unlock code or whatever it is for it to work. So it's like a card, but you have to have your biometrics attached to it. So nobody could take your phone and just go and tap until you have to put in your PIN, right? So you have this already on your you have Apple Pay on your phone already with a US credit card, right? Right, Hakeem?
Yeah.
And when you go away, you'll be using this. No, well, you don't use it as much because you say you're trying to
you're not trying to. It there, but I don't use it because.
Yeah, but when you did use it, like for the first time for experimentation purposes, did you feel cool?
No.
All right. Well, I felt cool. I felt real cool to just take out my phone, open the Google Wallet app, and then I didn't have to touch the thing. I just had to hover, and the card just do an animation, and it paid. I got a notification from the app that it was paid, and then I got an email from the bank saying that the payment went through. Now, the first few times I did it, I get scared.
Yeah.
I was scared because I did it. I had my card like on the side of me just in case this thing don't work. I wouldn't look like an idiot, and I'll just put my card in and I'll pay for it, right? And there was one time I put my card and the phone close to each other, and I didn't know which one it tap with, right?
Yeah.
But the animation on the phone was supposed to bring up a blue tick, and it didn't bring up a blue tick because it actually used the card. Because I was very, very hesitant. I didn't like. And then the first time I used it with my phone, I got the notification that I paid on my phone, but I didn't get an email from the bank until like half an hour later. Which, with a FCB card, as soon as you tap that card, within 30 seconds, they send you an email and you know that such and such was paid at this place, and this is your new balance. So it took me about half an hour to get the email. But then as I started to use it more and more, the email started to come a lot faster, to the point where it's almost like instant now. As soon as you tap the Google Pay, it will send you the email that the purchase was made via, like how FCB would normally email you. And I had to go to a few places. I had to go to a few malls. I had to go to the grocery. I had to go to like a shoe place. I had to go buy a kiosk that somebody was selling something in the mall.
So
drive-thrus.
I know it's for small amounts, and here, if you use a card and you tap on the amount too big, they'll accept to enter your PIN. What you ever try to experiment and see what happens? Or like what would happen?
I think you had to do it within one 24-hour period, right? No, it had to be in any 3 taps. Oh shucks, that's true. Because I've been using my phone. I did at least 12 transactions over the vacation, and it didn't ask me for my PIN.
I mean, like we say, I know it have a threshold like 300 or something. Like we say the transaction is for 1,000 TT, and you go to tap your phone. What would happen? Like with a card, if your transaction is 1,000 TT and you tap your card, and it's over the threshold, it'll ask you to enter your PIN.
No, it didn't ask me to enter my PIN.
You tap for a large amount?
Yeah, a large amount. A few times, yeah.
Okay.
Grocery was one large one. I bought a gift for somebody that was over the amount, and well, I spent a large amount by. I can't remember. Yeah, probably another one for like $1,000 or something. Yeah. So yes, it was over the threshold, and it didn't ask me for my PIN. No.
I guess probably because it's harder to steal your phone and get access to it and tap versus just stealing a physical card. Like it have an extra layer, supposed to have an extra layer,
The biometrics. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me double check if it have any setting inside wallet. Because the settings, they basically have 0 settings inside the wallet. They'll be like, yeah, we ain't really trying to fight you about
Like to
anything.
add the card, you had to go through any extra steps?
Nah.
Or you just enter the code and that was it?
Just enter the code, say your card is verified, and then there was a pop-up thing that FCB has with I agree. And then I chose I agree and it worked.
Like with Apple Pay, with some of my cards, when you add it, you have to go back to the app. It's take you back to your, say the bank is Chase or something, right? It'll take you back to the app, and then within the app, you have to verify something within the app. So you have to log in the app and verify that you're trying to add an Apple card to your wallet.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Because I see somebody steal your card and they just go and add it to Apple, to Google Pay on their phone. Technically, they could do that.
Yes, you are totally correct, yeah.
Versus...
you could just add it to your wallet.
Yeah, versus they try to add it and then you yourself had to log into FCB app to say, okay, yes, I am the person trying to add it to the wallet.
Look at our setting in the, no. Yeah, no. Yeah, you're correct. That's a loophole then. Because if somebody thief my wallet, they could go and take this and put it in their phone. And then they could take...
and get through with large amount payments.
Yeah.
Go and spend at 2,000.
Because the only thing that came up was I agree. And that was just to scroll, check a box, and click I agree, and then it added the card without any questions. In the app, I'm seeing a thing with verification settings. So you need to verify as you when using. No. Yeah, right. Everything is it automatically set to your fingerprint or your PIN. All right. I'm now thinking about that makes a whole lot of sense. Because I was just so excited, so I just needed to talk to another level-headed human being to remind me that, yeah, it's good, but if you lost your wallet, somebody could just add this to their Google Pay on their phone. What? Did I have to put in any information that pertains to the bank? No, but it was just my name and the card number.
What's on the card?
Yeah, everything was on the card itself. I'll have to think about that because that's not very secure.
That's our security, yeah.
Floor. Yeah. Clip that.
FCB for the listening. Yeah.
Yeah. Hold on. Don't check.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna check. Go ahead and say what you're saying now.
Yeah, and I mean, as you was discussing, like with your card, it have a threshold where how to enter your PIN, but with the phones, for the tap to pay, it don't seem to have one. So you don't have that level of protection.
Let's see.
I'm not sure if that is normal Google Pay behavior, or if I would think. Yeah.
Did I get an email or a text message to verify that the card was that I wanted to add the card? That is the question. I think I got an email, you know. Yeah, I think I got an email before I could add it to the app. I had to get a one-time code to my email address.
Okay.
Let me see if I could find when I got that email. Wallet. Did I? Google Wallet. Yeah, no. No, I just got an email saying that you're ready. Andre, we added your card to the wallet. That is all. I don't remember any one-time payment. That was the 5th of December. All right, I'll check this out and see. Because I can't remember what happened. I would hope that I had to put in a code, because if somebody steal my wallet, get my card, and they want to put it into their Google Wallet, there should be something that says, let's double check this. The only way I will know is if I take out my card and put it back in.
Yeah.
Which, no. But it's only credit cards and prepaid credit cards. Did I get any weird views from people while I was using my phone? Yes, some cashiers watch me kind of weird. Like what you're paying with? And I was like, I'm holding my phone in my hand, but I said card. And the cashier kind of watched me like, okay, if you say so, boss. And then when they give me the machine up on my phone, and then they look at me, they look back, and then they just kind of move on with their life.
Yeah,
so
when they say it go through, it's like, okay.
Yeah. They was like, it's Christmas time. I just making sure I doing my job. So I didn't think there was any societal kind of scare or concern. It was more like the cashiers were just like, however you pay, you know. If it work, it work. Only one cashier told me, nah, the tap door work here. And I was like, I want to try. And once I saw the little thing say tap your card, I was like, all right, let me try it. And I believe it worked. Yeah, it worked. Okay, and everybody was just like, okay. So it didn't seem like a culture shock to anybody to see me using my phone to pay anything, which is good. That it didn't act up or get weird or anything like that. Because the one time I heard about a person who used Apple Pay in Trinidad, the cashier get real weird, like, what? That working? How? And there were all kind of things. And I was like, okay, I hope that don't happen to me. So I'm glad I don't have to take out my wallet. I just have to put my phone, and once NFC on and everything, it'll just automatically pay. What I haven't done yet, which is what I'm scared to do, is to have my phone locked and put it over the machine, and then Google Wallet kind of pop up and say, would you like to pay for this? And then I have to put in my fingerprint. And you know your fingerprint will work 9 out of 10 times when you're doing anything else. But then the one time that you need it to unlock immediately and do something, it will fumble or some kind of thing like that. Yeah, I ain't reached that stage of testing yet.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. I didn't have a phone with fingerprint in probably 10 years.
Right, yeah. So yours will be Face ID, yeah. And, your Face ID will probably just work every single time, because you don't really have to, because of the way how Face IDs work. My phone, my fingerprint does work every single time I want to. But I was just like, okay, let me just test this thing out properly by just opening the wallet, making sure it works every single time. And I will slowly get to the point where I'll just take my phone out and put the fingerprint and let the transaction go through and see. But I was just glad it was working. Are we moving forward?
Yes.
Maybe. But why no other bank could do this yet?
They probably could, but it probably have a cost associated to it, and FCB.
So IFCB could pay the cost?
The government owned. I don't know. It probably has something associated, some extra piece of work associated with it, and they ain't ready to do that work as yet.
All right. And why Google Pay and not Apple Pay?
Probably easier.
Apple have more hoops to jump over, more hurdles to jump over.
Yeah, probably.
I would say
maybe that this verification is something for Apple. But I'm sure Google Pay would have something.
No, Google said that they do have the verification. They say one or three things could happen. You get SMS or email with the code to put in. The bank app authentication, you'll have to go to your mobile app and log in there and approve it. or a temporary deposit challenge where they will deposit a number that's less than $1 and you have to go in your online bank and check the transaction and put it back in, which I've done already, I think for PayPal or something.
Yeah.
Or a phone call where they'll call you and ask you.
So FCB just ain't implement anything.
That I saw. I can't say for sure. I really cannot remember if I got a email or a SMS. And I don't want to say, but I just searched my phone really, really quickly and I didn't see anything. So I will say no as far as I saw for that 30-second search. But I didn't really log the process in any major way. All I remember was there was a terms and conditions thing where you had to click I agree. And then you click next. And I think the card was added, but that is what I believe. So anybody that's listening or watching, y'all could tell us here, I think, or probably in the comment section of one of those posts. Because if it's one thing FCB did, they made sure that the world know that Google Pay working. Every single ad on Instagram was reminding you about this Google Pay with your phone, and
I don't
know. Yeah. Well, I don't know, they probably thought I was a good target. Yeah. And I don't know anybody else who does it. I have no other friends with a First Citizens card that care enough to put it inside their Google Wallet on their phone. While exploring Google Wallet, I realized I could put boarding passes and all kind of thing inside there.
Yeah.
So when I do travel, I don't really travel as much. So
it don't work with I just do it with Apple Pay too. It don't work with boarding passes from Trinidad.
Oh yes, that's true.
The ones they get here, it don't work with only
yeah.
From places like the US or Europe to Trinidad, then it will work.
Yeah, I remember a time when a big way I got with my phone to show the person my boarding. I had the printed one, but I was like, hold up my phone, and the man watched me like, nope. Yeah, the printed one. No, the one that they gave you by the counter.
Yeah,
they gave me it by the. I did my online check-in and I took the email, the boarding pass that they sent me, and thought that I could walk through with that. And I was like, nope, you had to go by the counter and get a physical boarding pass. And I was like, Tom, I thought we were somewhere. But obviously, we're not. Yeah. So that's that's Google Pay. So if you have feedback from Google Pay, you can let us know, and we will we'll take your views and your experiences with it and add it to our list of things to talk about, because I find it cool. I felt cool, and it's not really that cool because the rest of the world has been doing it for quite a number of years. All right, moving on swiftly. The rise of vibe coding, because Akeem trying to not tell anybody that he could do his work in 30 minutes. So we have our graph to show you, right? The graph is quite alarming. Alarming is the word, right?
Probably not surprising if you think about it.
So those of you all who you code, right? And you know about coding, and you have ever had a problem with anything in life, you go to a site called Stack Overflow, right? This is the site that Stack Overflow is based on, which is called Stack Exchange. And essentially it's the same thing. Stack Exchange, it has a lot of different topics that people could ask questions about, all kind of topics. But one of them is the programming one, which is called Stack Overflow. So this is a page with a query that shows the amount of queries that have been made on Stack Overflow for the past 15 years, right?
Yeah,
16 years, yeah. And you could see from the early 2009 to 2010, 70,000 queries on a day. On any given day, you could have 200 and something thousand queries, right? Which is, in 2024, people was coding, right? They coding like crazy.
By month.
2014, sorry. Yeah, by month. Right, yeah, by month. Yeah, right, yeah.
Month, yeah.
Oh, yeah, correct. Right. So 2014, sorry. People coding like crazy. They're asking their questions. They're figuring out how to launch their apps. They're figuring out how to do their web apps, all those things. And you could see a consistent, everybody is over 150,000 per month around that time. In 2020, it peaked again because everybody home, COVID time, everybody trying to figure out how to code. And it was around that 150. But then in 2022, something started to happen. Like somewhere between 2020 and 2022. So like 2021, 2022. When did ChatGPT first come out?
2022, late 2022. I believe.
Right, November 2022, right? Yeah. So that means the first few months of 2023, the decline started to happen. And by the time the 2023 or almost to the middle of 2023 come to 2024, you can just see it dropping. To the point where now it's at 321 queries a month in 2026. That means that the people who need to solve problems don't need to go to Stack Overflow anymore to solve their problems. And I personally have solved many a problem on Stack Overflow. But the problem is they used to insult you when you ask a question.
You never asked a question on it?
No, I was afraid. I was fully afraid because I didn't want to get roughed up by some developer who thinks I'm an idiot. So I let somebody else be the idiot and I just copy what they did. I'll be like, okay, that looks exactly like what I did. Yeah, what did they say? And then somebody will be like, you idiot, you forget to put a semicolon here, you forget to put a comma. What kind of stupid code is this? And that is in the nice language, the industrial language that they use there, as always. And then I just copy the code, paste it worked, cool. Close off that tab, move on with my life. Right? There's sometimes when I had to go down some rabbit holes and I had to click links and then some of them post links to other people. God bless their souls or whatnot. And now that dead or dying.
Now you could go ask AI model the question. They'll give it the answer in seconds, and two, they're not going to be rude to you. There's actually be inflating your ego.
That's so true, because it had a problem I had to solve with some Google Sheets. And it was a formula a very complex formula I was trying to do to change a cell to a particular color when certain things, about 4 different things had to happen for the cell to change to different colors. And I overinflated myself into thinking that I knew how to solve it. And I couldn't solve it for like a year, maybe 2, because I was just like, I don't have time to sit down and troubleshoot this formula. And I explained everything to Gemini at that point in time, and I asked for a formula, and Gemini was like, okay, I know what you're thinking about. And it's one ridiculously long formula with a whole set of ors and ifs and all kind of things and arrays and all kind of drama. I just copied that thing once, and it did exactly what I wanted. And then I handle it down and across, and it applied to the whole sheet immediately. That was my first like, oh, wow. This solved something that I really couldn't solve. And we have a short video here to watch before we talk about more vibe code and stuff. So here's this video about this dude.
Video playing?
You wasn't seeing it? Well, that's now. Sorry. I know. I didn't watch any video and I didn't realize I clicked share.
Most of these apps are relatively simple apps. Well, that was up until last week, because now you can create a full iOS app with AI that has a database, AI integrations like different APIs, and you can also accept payments. And you can do all of this without writing a single line of code, and you can get the app on the App Store, and that's exactly what I'm about to show you right now. So what we're able to take a photo of your kid's homework, and it's going to edit the image in such a way that it will be as if you
so he ended up going through the video
answer, and it will show work. And we're going to add the AI feature right after we use this first prompt. So all we need to do is just copy.
So this was this prompt.
We are going to use Claude Opus 4.5. We're going to paste in this prompt and we are going to run it. And so this is using Claude Code. Vibe Code app uses Claude Code out of the box. So it's literally Claude Code as if you were using it in your terminal. And now the app is loading. Okay, so it's done. Now, okay, so we work. So the here, now it is working on it. Oh, and there you go. Look at that.
So he reached to the point where
is add a hit get started. I've already signed in with my Apple developer.
He testing it now.
Next.
And then he reached to the point where
which I've already gotten. And now
he's signing with his developer account. And
now it's going to be sent to test flight. And there you go.
I know what that token is. Yeah, so it will go to test flight, yeah, and test flight will now, you got to log in on test flight to check it and whatnot. Yeah, I know that whole app uploading process, but he went through that. It was basically a homework app, right? Basically, you read something from your camera, you interpret it, and then you give them back the output, and the output will be stored in a database, which generally, all apps have that concept. You have to develop the front end to collect the data that you want. Then you have to, after you collect the data, you work on it and give them back an answer and then store the information in the database so when they come back on the app, they could get back their information. Generally, that's computer science in a nutshell, right? I think that what he did there is totally possible for anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Except for the fact, there's where my only caveat was coming. The people who understand what is supposed to happen will be able to prompt better than people who don't understand what is supposed to happen. So what I have learned or what I've realized is I've been building a lot of web apps with Vibe coding, right? One of them is like a Monopoly banker app. And I could... Let me see if I could show you. Yeah, I could show you real quick. It'll be kind of funny. Well, not kind of funny, but yeah. So.
Oh, you was the one end up bankrupt.
Well, this is the Vibe Code app that I built, right?
Yeah.
eBank version 4.2. So basically, once come here, you could set the starting balance, you could set the amount for pass and go, you could determine if you're going to have a free parking pot, you could change the keypad size to put in the numbers, you could put in a narrator that's actually say every single transaction that take place, sound effects, the voice that you wanted to talk with, save game, whatnot, right? So when you click start game, you put in the person who joined the game, then you add that person, and then you add a next person. Right, so if Dan has to pay Bob 500K. And then you click pay now. And it'll calculate everything, right? So it'll calculate all this stuff and then have some other features. I'll put quick actions, pass, go. And then have like an activity section to audit everything that took place on the app. Right? Guess how long it took me to build that?
4 hours.
Yes, 4 hours. Correct. 4 hours to get it, not to 4.2. For me to get to 4.0, it took me 4 hours. Meaning, I just had to get basic functionality and get all the major deliverables for the app. Guess how long it took me to do some of the more complex things like being able to create a save file, getting the text-to-speech to work, the voice activation, the songboard, not the songboard, but there are some other technical things that need to get done, especially. Guess how long it took me to
amount of time? 4 hours?
6 hours.
6 hours.
So if I were to check it, it took me 4 hours to get basic functionality in, and then 6 hours to fight with Gemini to say, okay, here's what we have to do. I needed to update the thing, whatnot, make sure no other function is affected by it. Sometimes when you do these changes, it affects the UI. I don't want you to change the UI. Here's what we have to do. Before you implement anything, talk me through how we're going to do it first before you try to do it. And then I will have to wait till it say, okay, here's how I plan to attack, here's how I plan to do this and I plan to do that. And then I'll be like, okay, tell me the possible implications of adding this in and not, or whatever the case is. And then when I see things that look kind of strange, like, okay, I'm going to add in a new CSS thing, I'll be like, no, don't change the CSS at all. It's real, like, conversational sort of, sometimes you just get wild, basically. That is what I'm saying. Sometimes you get a little bit wild and you go and try to do things without me asking. Stop doing that. And the amount of times I had to say, stop doing that. Don't do that. That is not what I asked for. And roll back to the previous version to the point where I had to keep the code base on a separate text file. And every time it fumble, I would go back and be like, okay, I just pasted back the code again.
Yeah.
Let's go back from here.
Some of the stuff I just do, not really vibe coding, but yeah, it's hard to do that. It's hard to, sometimes I just copy and paste the whole, as I say, the whole file and say, this is the file we're working with. I just needed to update this part of it to do X, Y, and Z.
Yeah. So I kind of
like I just say for us, and some people might hear that and take it for granted. But that type of work is like a week work.
That is 2 weeks of work.
Yeah.
Like that's HTML, then CSS to build out all of them buttons on them kind of thing. And then the JavaScript for the logic behind it.
You'll probably get about 5 or 6 new gray hair because you'll be pulling out there.
Yeah,
trying to
sure.
figure something out.
Like, that is a lot of work to do. That is a final project for somebody who doing a boot camp.
This is something that could sell. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you could see something like this in the App Store. Yeah.
So, like, all the people that's playing Monopoly with is be like, so you're going to put it in the App Store, or you're going to create a web app for it, and I was like, no, I just create that for us, you know. Like, it's like, you do all of that work just for us? And I was like, yeah, it wasn't really that much work, but it's so novel to me that I really didn't do much, you know, to figure this out. I just had an idea and I had to talk to AI to get it done. And they think I'm really special. They really think I'm special. They thinking that, you know, we could put this on the store, make money, all kind of thing. And I was like, maybe, but maybe somebody else came up with this idea already and has done it too. And they're already going to do it. And they probably did it better because they had more time than me. And coding things gonna become so like novel. Like, hey, look what I built. Look what I did.
Gonna be, like proper. Like, gonna be like a commodity, like everybody. Cause as follow a few developers on X or Twitter or whatever, and because they follow that, the algorithm will spit out new stuff now. And like the big thing on X and that whole developer community right now is Claude Code.
Right,
I don't know if you ever used Claude Code.
I think I tried to sign up for Claude and it wasn't in our region or some kind of, like, that was way in the earlies when Claude had now come out and it had some region lock or something, so I never explored it anymore. But I've heard Claude Code is ridiculous. Like, it have a add-on for, what's the thing that is used to, the ID that people is used to code? VS, Tava.
Not just that, you could connect it to, like, you could have it in your terminal doing stuff and connect it to, like, once something have an API accessible, you could have it connected and let just go wild.
And test out things,
Yeah, as I think I sent a screenshot of this. She used to work Gemini. And she basically said that Claude was able to do something in about an hour. She probably exaggerating that it take a whole year to do.
Yeah. I don't think coding is dead. I think people who know how to code will just be able to vibe code better. But I do think that coding is dying and it's on its way to getting to the point where the basic level coding, it'll be commonplace. The real people that could code will be the ones who understand how things does work intricately, and they're able to speak the language a lot more affirmatively to get things done faster. So somebody might take, like you say, let's say I took 4 hours to build a Monopoly banker, and 6 hours to do the technical stuff. Somebody else might take 15 hours to do the technical stuff.
Yeah,
without
which when you think about it, there's not all, like in developer time, that's not a lot of time.
Yeah, you're correct. You're correct.
That's still a short, so it's called like, say a year or 2 ago, sometime you get a project and ask how long this will take, you'll be like, about a week to develop, then about 2 weeks to develop, then you had a test, and now, like it literally are things I do now, and I mean, I don't know if I should say, but I just still say, it could take a week, probably 2 weeks, sometimes I do it in a day.
Yeah. No, that's true. Because I understand what you're saying, because as a teacher, there are some documents that just take long to do as a teacher. And I do those documents with AI way faster than it should take, and submit it. And everybody will be like, wow, your stuff on time. But I literally did it the day before. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. Because the possibility there. And what it's doing is it making the once cool things normal.
Yeah.
So
it has some people I talk to that have like experience or whatever, but they're resistant to AI for some reason. Like they think, I don't know if it's a pride thing that, that you using AI to do your code, but they could do it. But in my mind, if you had a mindset, you're gonna be left behind so fast.
I could get where the pride is coming from, because sometimes I bounce up a problem where it's like, oh, you don't understand what the actual problem is. But instead of me saying that, okay, I'll jump in the code and fix it for myself, I'll just be like, oh no, let me explain the actual problem to you a little better, because you don't understand it. And that's where I think it makes sense. Yes, you know more. Just take what you know more and tell the AI, like, yeah, I know what the problem is. It's a memory allocation thing with that, blah, blah, blah. I think you declare it as a constant when you're supposed to declare it as this, or some kind of thing. Because it had something that when I was building the e-banker thing, right, for the Monopoly, there's something it kept saying. It's like, I will create a new modal for it. And I was like, a new modal? What's a modal? Why only keep creating new modals?
Pop-up.
Yes, a pop-up, yeah. So basically, the Gemini was trying to just make sure that whenever you want to do something new on the app, that it will come up as a pop-up. And I was like, no, we have screen real estate to use. So let's use the screen real estate to do these major things instead of making everything a pop-up, do that. And Gemini was like, oh, I understand. You're making a lot of sense there, because that will cause a lot of problems on mobile if everything keep popping up, all that kind of things. And I was like, yes, thank you very much for understanding where I'm coming from. But if I didn't really understand the concept of why it creating a new modal every single time, it would the thing would everything come to like 867 lines or something. I know 867 because that's the number I've been seeing for a long time. Yeah.
You know how I look at it too? Like, if people actually embrace it and use it how it's supposed to be used, it would be bad for development. Well, software engineering, software development, in the sense that being an entry-level person going and be real hard to get in the door as entry-level, because AI could probably do that. But you see people who probably in it, right? It might be hard. You could probably still get in, but the time frame it take it to get from, say, a junior developer to a senior developer that time gonna be, I said you should take 5 years, that could take a year now.
Hear my view on it. There'll be entry level just going on and raise, to me. Like entry level is going to be like, you have to be able to vibe code a web app for me in 6 hours and show me how you manipulated the AI to get exactly what you wanted to get done from a technical perspective. So all entry level is you must know all the technical terms and the technical things that need to get done. And entry level means you have to be able to communicate that to AI to code it for you. And when it bounces up a problem, can you guide it on how to solve it for you? And that is entry level.
And probably the app that it produces, it should be able to pass certain stress tests and security tests and whatnot.
Right, yeah.
So that is... It had to be song. It can't just be your vibe code something and it has real holes in it.
Exactly. So the technical knowledge of how things work in the background and in the back end, I think it's still necessary for entry level. It's just that the actual labor of doing it wouldn't be necessary. So you solving a problem. So children who doing computer science or all them kind of things, they're supposed to just be hitting them with problem after problem after problem after problem after problem with an AI trying to code it for you so that they will learn how to troubleshoot the actual problem. And when AI can't troubleshoot it properly, you'll be able to guide the AI on how to do it. And that will be entry level for me.
So it kind of take you back to, say, as they mentioned, computer science, right?
Yeah.
It can kind of take you back to the core of computer science. Instead of just writing code, you see the core in terms of algorithms, data structures, and really understanding that and how everything's supposed to work. That can be the important part versus the code. The code, the syntax, loops and whatever. That,
right, anybody
could do that. But you see the core, how everything's supposed to work and the concepts, and that is all going to be important.
Yeah, you're 100% correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, clip that. Every time I say clip that, the AI is supposed to know how to clip this this podcast. So you clip that, right? But you're totally correct. And that's the part of computer science everybody hates. Everybody hates actually understanding what's taking place. Everybody is just like, okay, I just need to pass this really, really hard course so that I could go and build a website or build a web app or put some database thing in place because whatever the case is. But the people who understand those technical things, they have a better chance of guiding AI. It's not that another person won't be able to do it, It'll just take them longer. And if I am, like you saying that some of the people that you might work with, they're not exactly on that AI train. If anybody hiring a new developer now and they're not checking to see how they could use AI to make things go faster, because when you come into that job, before you could say, I'll take me about a week to do. If I'm a smart manager, I'll be like, nope, that's not taking you a week because I did that in 2 hours.
Yeah.
So tell me why it's taking you a week to do that. And then they'll be like, oh shucks, you're on to me. And that's the level of laziness that you'll be able to point out when it have new people in coding jobs and whatnot. So I think I'm going to tell my students that I'll be like, no, coding is not dead. Computer sciences. If you understand this thing better than the other person, you'll be able to guide your AI to do it better, and you'll be able to create more. And what's the word? But imagine what could be. Yeah.
And yet the apps you actually produce will probably be better functioning and more robust because you guide the AI with your own understanding of how it's supposed to be at the end.
Yeah. With in terms of like efficiency and security and all those different things. And that is the next point I would have to bring up. Security. People who understand data security and database management and all those kind of things, they will have a bigger head start when it comes to vibe coding because they'll be able to say, all right, so when you do this, make sure that you encapsulate this or you don't encapsulate that. Use a SHA algorithm for this thing here and put that in place. Okay, try it now.
All of the database, make sure it normalized, make sure, There's some simple things that somebody who do computer science will know, but if you didn't do it, you wouldn't really know.
Yeah.
And sometimes, working with AI, there's kind of leave out some of that stuff.
Oh, yes. Yeah, for sure. And with me doing the Monopoly thing, it had sometimes when I'll just ask for one simple change, which is to space out a div 50, 25, 25 with 3 buttons. And that thing changed the whole user interface. And I nearly flipped the keyboard. I was like, why did you change the whole user interface? And then it will say, I'm sorry, I'll revert back to the previous version. And when you revert back to the previous version, it keep the new user interface I tried to put. It's a good thing I copy out all of the code. Because I was like, okay, did you change the CSS file? And I was like, yes, I made changes to the CSS file. I was like, okay, when you're making changes to the CSS file, is it affecting any other parts of the code? And then here what Gemini tell me, nice catch. It really is making a change. And I like, yo, everybody know you can't just change your whole CSS file like that because everything will get affected. But again, that's a little bit of knowledge that that you need to have to get done. So yeah, more power to the vibe coders. I'm not as afraid as I was
just now
for computer scientists.
Universities are going to have a vibe code 101 course.
I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it.
If not universities,
probably coming from September.
Yeah, vibe coding 101.
It have courses online. Hey, you see
Probably
Coursera and what's the other one that used to have courses? Udemy.
Yeah.
Udemy and Coursera make a deal, but both of them going to join. And they're just going to be like...
That don't mean Udemy course prices going to go up quite as usual.
Well, that's fully monopoly there. Like, it's no other places go for online courses and certifications. Is there? Nope.
I don't know. You will like the lesser them thing I just want to do. Like school and exams and thing. Yeah. I hope that.
All right, let me wrap up there earlier. Today's episode was finally an online immigration form that we can't see yet. We'll see it at some point in time. Google Pay feedback in TNT. I went through my stories with Google Pay and Akeem pointed out a big security hole, which I have to investigate to see. And then the rise of vibe coding. We spoke a little bit about vibe coding and the current things that are going on in the vibe coding sphere. And I think my conclusion is computer science isn't dead. The people who know computer science will just be better vibe coders than people who don't know computer science. And that kind of reminds me of people who know how to use Wix and people who know how to use WordPress. Like, people who know how to use WordPress could build a much more robust site than the people who know how to use Wix. But it's not that people who use Wix can't get things done. It's just that when Wix not working properly, they will get very frustrated. And yeah, there are some people who will try to vibe code things and they'll just get very frustrated versus the people who know
what they didn't build up the muscle memory having frustration after frustration.
Yes, correct.
See that muscle memory, that's important.
The muscle memory of not compiling. Yeah. Yeah, that is it there, folks. My name is Andrew Charles from @MakeItSimpleTT. You can find me anywhere on the internet @MakeItSimpleTT or @TriniTechCast. Glad to have you here and my co-host for all 144 episodes.
Yeah, you can find me at TriniTechCast right here.
All right, and Michaela should be back next week. The vibe coding discussion would be nice to have Michaela inside to hear how she's cooking. You know, she and AI, they have a love-hate relationship. Yeah. But yeah. But we'll hopefully get Michaela next week once they do have a fete on a Sunday. Right?
It's fete season. That's not.
All right, that's it for today, y'all. We'll see y'all next week. Thanks for listening.